Hey everybody, Tim here with today's review of Doctor Who, story number 74, Planet of the Spiders. So finally, we're at this point. It's the last story of the Third Doctor. We'll see him again a few times, actually. Overall, I do think this is a good story. 6 episodes. It's too long for me. I've said it over and over. For whatever reason, I cannot focus for 6 episodes. And realistically, if they'd cut that down to like 4, this probably would have been one of my more favorite stories. Because it does have a really interesting concept with all of the psychics. They have a lot of great shout outs, like Metebelis 3 comes back. They bring up Jo and the crystal that the Doctor brought from that planet. The whole thing, it's really good. If I had to cut any of the scenes out, it would have been like the whole James Bond chase scene. It's like the entire episode where we see Bessie, we see the Who-mobile, it becomes like the Who-copter chase. It just goes on, and even the Who-mobile starts to fly. And then from there, it even becomes a boat chase. It's a James Bond movie at that point. If you just cut all of that out, I think it would have been much, much better. So the whole point is a team crashed on Metebelis 3. Some spiders were there. They got too close to the crystals and it made them larger and smarter. And now they basically want that crystal back that the Doctor took from the last story. So it's good. It's interesting. By the time we get to the end, it's so long that I'm just I'm ready for it to be over. Let's see, it took 400 years for that evolution to take place. Now, once we finally get to that point where the Doctor's poisoned and he's dying, and we realize that the Time Lord teacher is the guru, basically, and he kind of pushes along the regeneration, which I think this is the first time they've actually said regeneration. It's kind of interesting. You can still tell, they don't quite have the continuity there yet, because we see this Time Lord go back and forth and stuff, where it's not just he's dying, so we're going to do it. You can kind of do it whenever you want. But he kind of pushes along the Third Doctor. And then finally, when he does transform, I love how Lethbridge Stewart's here we go again. And it's just, I don't know. I think the whole point of the spiders and the Queen and all of that is a really interesting story. Watching the one character gain more intelligence from the crystal. It's good and I liked it. It's just too long. If they could just cut it down, I think it would have been much better. It would have worked a lot better. I've kind of said before, the Third Doctor is not my favorite, to be completely honest. I think he's rude, and I think he's mean to Sarah, to Jo, even to Liz. I think that's why all 3 kind of leave. Well, not so much Sarah, because she stays for the 4th. But, for Jo and Liz, that's their whole premise, is to tell him he's intelligent and hand him test tubes. And it doesn't work for me. So, I'm not sad to see him go. It is kind of weird, because every time a Doctor leaves, even the Doctors I don't like, every time they leave, it's kind of that is the ending of that chapter. So, it's a little sad, but I'm kind of glad. I'm ready for somebody new. So I'm super excited for the next story, to meet a new companion, to meet a new Doctor, to kind of see where that goes. So for those who have seen this, what did you think of the last story for the Third Doctor? Are you excited to see him again? Go ahead, let me know, and I will see you guys next time for Robot.